Hello, folks. How are you all doing today? Hello, Ray. Hello, Phil. How you guys doing? Right. Let's resize this, shall we? That is way too big. There we go. Much better. Ooh. So, yeah. How's everyone doing? What's everyone been up to today? Just gonna give everyone a chance to pop inside. Hey, Scale. How you doing, bud? Hello, Ray. Good to see you joining in stream again. Always lively when you're around. Perfect. Right, just making sure that everyone knows here that the stream started. All right, so things that have changed since last time. And hopefully my mic's a little bit better than last time because that was awful. Uh, Last time I got really frustrated with the Y-axis motor mount that I had before because it was badly designed. Again, I wonder who designed it. Yeah. Oh, bit sick, are you, S-Scale? X-Scale? Sorry to hear it, dude. Yeah, so the rear motor mount has been redesigned. If you don't know that this is a thing, you know it now. Um, we have put a little reminder in the manual just to say that it's going to take some time to update every single photo that's in the manual. But uh, where the old manual had the old manual featured the old part, you can still use the that manual to get through uh, the new part. If that makes sense. Right. Hello, Coil. Doing some parts on my Milo right now. Ooh, what are you making? Tell me, what are you making? Whilst you're typing that, plan for the day is actually not to continue with the x-axis. The y-axis is all done for now. I'm actually going to skip ahead a bit because I'm doing a blind joint mod. I want to get the z-axis assembled and attached to the frame, and then I'll slide the x-axis on afterwards. It just makes it easier to get the z-axis on that way. So that's going to come off the table. I'm going to try and find where the z-axis starts. Right, manual. There you go. Identifying extrusions. Z-axis. So, if the manual's a bit confusing, because it is for some people. Hey, Vector. Jesus. Was not expecting you to come to a stream. Good to see you here, dude. How's your day been? Right. So, Z-axis. You have two parts that are the same length. That's the main Z column. Right? The next shortest piece is identified in the manual as C. And then obviously you've got the 120 mil part, which is the easiest to identify. So you got that there. Good, thanks. Nice and busy. Oh, what you been working on? Obviously, lots of Milo plans. At work, we spend $14 to purchase some machined controller bases for an e-bike controller. We also get tons of free blank bases, so I'm machining the free blank bases so we don't have to purchase them. Oh, very nice, very nice. Is that why you originally built your Milo then? To do exactly that? Right. So we can skip most of what's in the manual for now because we are working with FMJs today. Right. If you haven't seen these before, if you weren't at the first few tearing apart streams, these are my FMJs. Give you to the main camera. I have two sets. I have the set for 120mm clearance. These are the ones that the design crew ordered for personal use. And then I also have a set from LDO. These ones are aluminium. The LDO ones are aluminium. They're still way better than the printed parts for this application. And these ones are full steel plates. We just painted them to make them look a bit nicer. Hello, welcome back, Ray. Welcome back, Phil. Perfect. So without further ado, let's get into building these bits and pieces. Right, let's start with one plate. Right, so how many do I need to preload? Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Preload 5 spring T-nuts. Ooh, I do love your videos, dude. They're so nice. By the way, Phil, I was just working on the electronics manual earlier today. I was doing the actual DC wiring part of it. I did not think for a second to use the laser output as a relay output. Like, that was really smart. And I only noticed that little thing, a little detail today. That's really smart going forward. All right, which side was the one that I missed the threads on? This side. So that can go like that then. Line these bad boys up. I need to start my enclosure and rebuild my Milo. Why do you have to rebuild it? What did you do wrong the first time? Not that you did anything wrong, but still, just wondering. What didn't you like about it? Is more what I'm trying to get at. Rebuild because I didn't get Loctite. Fair enough. I need to rebuild mine with milled plates. Which plates are you milling? Obviously, you're doing the X, Y, and Z plates. But are you planning on doing any more bits? Are you going the Techmorphic route and doing the side plates as the X-axis side plates and motor mount? Bearing block and motor mount is what I meant to say. Or is that just a bit too overkill for now. Right. Loose install of these. What are you using there for video/audio? I've just got a Rode lapel mic, the one that is on every single list that you start streaming with, and speaking of which, let's stick some music on. And a Sony A5000 uh, for my main overhead cam, and my face cam is a Logitech Stream Cam, which I got for really cheap. And don't recommend buying full price, by the way. No, it's definitely not something that is not exactly the same quality that you would have on your videos, but it's all I have at the moment, unfortunately. And it does me well enough. Gets my point across. Easier and without the need for cramming. Um, I think the easiest way to get to do that, because you can, once you've mounted your FMJs, right? As long as the solid column mounts are solid, you can loosen the bits that actually attach to the y-axis. And if you're running a blind joint mod, like I will be, you can use the fact that you can put long screws underneath it to lift and lower the column itself in places, in very specific places. So you can use that to tilt and give the nod effect. You can't do it whilst the electronics enclosure is on, which is fair enough. But if you just take that off for a second, tram it, and then put it all back on, that should be fine. Should be good enough. Good enough for the girls' eye date, at least. Let's do this on the correct side this time, shall we? There's no camera that can record your beauty. Oh, thank you, Ray. I do appreciate that. Still considering to mill the Z motor mount and bottom brackets. Okay, fair enough. Oh, you're finally doing a Hearts of Iron mod, are you? See, the only thing that's been holding me back from actually testing the Hearts of Iron is the fact that I don't have a Milo that I can use to make it on. And I'm not paying exometry prices. Exometry prices are whack. Oh, am I ever going to get this right today? There we go. This groove here. How's I don't know where you're staying at the moment, Phil. How's your vacation? I paid exometry money for my XY plates. Yeah. So did I. my Milo V1.4, which only one person ever built besides me. I paid for those plates from Exometry because I didn't trust the printed plates at the time. Then I did a bunch of testing with the printed plates, and it actually turned out all right. Yes, once I'm done with the second XY plate, I'll take that setup down and swap over the vice to do Hearts of Iron. Oh, very nice. You're not just going to have one universal plate to do all your setups with. I don't think I would have the patience to constantly set up and move them around, move different plates around for different operations. Oh, speaking of which, LDO is sending me a hardware kit in the next few weeks, so I can show you guys off the actual hardware that they're sending. It's not got any electronics in it, I don't think so. I was thinking of doing a 2-tiered casa, so have one station at the top, one station at the bottom, which is also acting as the bottom table. Obviously beef it up because casa's not designed to be stacked on top of each other, and see how well that works. That way I can have like one op in the top station, one op in the second station, instead of having to constantly change tools and things like that. I can just move the parts from one index location to another index location. Be happy with that. Perfect. Right, loose installation on this side. And for that piece, man, I love the fact that steel FMJs are like 5 kilos. More general purpose fixture plate is the agenda though. Get the thread milling to work for that though. Not necessarily. As we might see later on in the stream. Depends how much we get through first though. Once you're back from holiday, dude, I do need to talk to you about your vice and making it an official thing. Because your split vice would be great. A great little project for a lot of people. Go well with some other stuff. Here they are. 15, but I'm gonna go for another sauna. See you in 15 minutes or so. Good man. How's everything stream-wise, by the way, guys? Music too quiet, music too loud, voice too quiet, voice too loud. Am I coming through clear enough now that I've turned RTX voice off? I trusted it way too much last time. got burned by it. No one could hear anything. Doing good. Hello, Jesse. Haven't seen you around here before. Just ordered all the parts from DFH. Ah, were you the guy who was just on Discord? Isopropyl something. Sorry, I can't remember off the top of my head. In total, how much extrusion does Casa need in meters? I could not tell you. I'm not the designer of it. You'd need to ask Tin Man or Xscale. And Xscale's looking it up now. Those are the two lead devs on it. Was on Discord today, yeah, Isopropyl, but not him. Okay, fair enough. Well, tell me about your build then. You going FMJs? You going directly milled parts? Milled X5 plates, I'm guessing. And what are you using it for? That's the most important thing. Speaking of which, Vector, are you still in chat? Vector 3D. Hey man, just wondering about what we're talking about with DFH, if that's still going through or if you're still waiting on things. Because I am looking forward to seeing a big name. Yeah, no, you're a big name, I guess. A big name to start a Milo build. I got everything DFH listed, including metal XYZ plates. FMG sounds nice for an extra Z. I picked up 2.2 kilowatt air-cooled spindle. We're no further yet, but I'm sure it'll happen pretty soon. Sweet. Just give me a shout if you need any help from us, dude. Right. It's only 3. Top tip for the day. Right, if you're installing FMJs, the easiest way I've found, Dave did it a different way on his stream. Dave did it a different way on his stream. Loosely install your plates onto some extrusion on one side, and the easiest way to line them up is, because you've kept them loose, you can preload all your T-nuts and then slide the plate up and down. Stick an Allen key or something just small in the hole over the T-nut, and then when you slide the plate back, because the Allen key is still in there, it will slide the nuts back into place as well, right? And then you can do all the actual lining up of things later on down the line after you've got the nuts or the T-nuts actually in place. $80 meters, I think, if the preliminary bomb is not too off. I hope it's not off, because I've got it all set up to buy soon, if I get paid this month. Well, hopefully, as long as nothing else comes along. Also, Vector, I don't think TFH has FMJs yet. If you don't know what FMJs are, they're the big side plates. They help improve. They're a mod by a guy in our community who's now part of the dev team. If you don't have any, I'm happy to send you the ones I got from LDO. They're a bit shorter. They're not quite the 120mm Z clearance. They're just 100mm Z clearance. But they'll do better than the printed parts, and they'll give you 40mm extra workable area in Z at least. And Xscale, you and I need to talk about using your tool the tool that you made to reorientate all of my STLs as well. Because I am not looking forward to that whole process. Something thin and pokey, that's what I need. Is there an intermediate design, the size, printed part, but made from thick aluminium? Yes, there is. There's one vendor in the US who I know of, who has made the printed version, but in aluminium. He does have a channel on thingy. Oh, I've just seen that you've put it in the Vector Discord that I'm streaming. Oh, thanks for that, dude. I really appreciate that. Yeah, so vendors. It is DLL PDF, right? That's the vendors who makes the aluminium side plates that aren't FMJ sized, the smaller ones. Hey man, I'm getting a whole new set of those when the LDO kit comes, so I will send them. If you cover shipping, I'm more than happy to send them. I'm still taken aback that you actually put that in your own Discord, man. Cheers for that. I really do appreciate stuff like that. Eight, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's one side of the last extrusion has 17 peanuts in it. Because if you're gonna kill, you might as well overkill. If I find the motivation, I'll make the STL process book a standalone tool on my GitHub. Good man. If anyone is coming over from Vector's Discord, welcome. Thanks for coming. I hope you are enjoying yourself. I hope you have had a perfect day today. It's just an STL orientator. It makes it easy. It's like in as few clicks as possible, you're able to orientate STLs to the way that you need to, and then you can send them off into your GitHub or whatever you need to do it. Hello, Lars. How you doing, bud? Yeah. There are two jobs in CAD work that I really despise doing, and that is adding screws and counting them up, and orientating STL files. Those are the two jobs I hate the most, but they have to be done. So if Xscale can make it easier for me, that would be amazing. That's amazing stuff. It takes STLs exported from Fusion, which are offset from the origin, and in the same orientation as they presented in Fusion. I sometimes add an orientation feature at the end that I suppress until I export. Not ideal, but can be useful. Yeah. I think everyone's got their own tricks of the trade. I need to learn a lot of these tricks, but I'll get there. I'll get there. Like most of us in this hobby, I'm not an engineer. I don't use these tools every single day, so anything I can learn is always appreciated. Looks like I need to see part 1 and 2 after this stream. Well, I can get you up to Steam if you up to Steam if you'd like. What do you know about the project? Are you coming from Vectors? Cheers, Vector. Enjoy the rest of your evening, dude. Lars, thanks for the subscription, dude. Right, this should be all the preloading I needed to do. Yes, Vector 3D, have a link. I want to see what this is about. So, Milo, well, Millenium is a project I started about 3 years ago, and I started it when I was at uni, and it's based around making a similar to Voron CNC milling machine, right? And when I say similar to Voron, I mean similar in like in the fact that it's open source, community driven, things like that. I had a release of the Milo. So the main machine that we have is called Milo, right? Just a little joke I had in my head. And we had a V1.4 before. That was the first actual proper release version to the public. And now we are on V1.5. We've got a few companies that are backing us now. If you've ever heard of LDO Motors, they do a lot of Voron stuff as well. They're in production, in testing to make a kit as we speak. So that should be coming out later this year. Milo pretty much has the sole intention of being a relatively cheap CNC machine that can cut harder materials such as aluminium. It doesn't take up a lot of space. It's easier to use than a normal CNC machine and it uses pretty much only standard parts. When I say standard parts, I mean you can print some of the parts. Print most of the parts. Anything that is custom is printable, and there are a lot of things that you can upgrade on them. So the big side plates that you might see here are called FMJs. They're a mod made by one of the guys on the team. And they're just laser cut steel or aluminium, or you could do it in wood if you really wanted to. Side plates that go on instead of the printed parts, and they just increase the rigidity of it. You can build an entire Milo with just 3D printed parts, and it will cut aluminium. We've done it in the past. Phil, who's just come back from the chat, still has printed parts on his in a lot of places, and his cuts fine. He's got a few YouTube videos if you want to actually see what the machine is capable of. Oh yeah, you have FMJs on this, don't you? Yeah, the FMJs have become such a popular mod. They've quickly overtaken the actual printed parts on all the people who have them. Currently, I think we have, is it 17 or 18 people who have built Milo in the past? And that number's going up. We've got a lot more people who are building as we speak. And sorry if I butchered that explanation of it all. I'm still fairly new to this whole streaming thing. Not really used to speaking to a camera. And for the price and the fact that it's 3D printable, it really is impressive. I think so, at least. I think so. Not going to change the world, but it'll make some people happy. That's all I care about. Any place to learn more? So I have a there is a subreddit if you are on Reddit. It's r/Millenium Machines. Millenium has one N in it because I'm dyslexic and I can't change the name. So that's become a bit of a joke. On the Reddit, the subreddit, there is a in the menu at the top, there's a link to the Discord and to the GitHub where you can learn everything you need to know. Join the Discord, it's the most active thing that we have. We're constantly got people on it. Between the whole design team, who's always answering people's questions, and the regulars like Ray, pretty much everyone who's in the stream right now. It's just a fun place to hang out. See you in a bit, Xscale. Ooh, chunky boy. Phil, if you want to post your series in the chat and let some of the new guys see, because that would be really useful for them to actually see what the machine can do. Just post the link into it. Or if you can't post the link, because I don't know how YouTube works with these things, send it to me on Discord and I'll stick it in there. I'll pin it. Found the Milo GitHub as a starting point. Good man. So some bits of the Discord are still under development. So everything in the V1.5 one is pretty much complete. Xscale and one of the other developers is currently putting together the CASA enclosure GitHub. So that might be a bit empty right now, but it'll get finished in due time. If you have any questions, drop a message in the Discord. There's pretty much always a developer on at some stage, because we're all over the world. I'll give you guys a closer look at what I'm actually doing. By the way, Jay, I know this sounds so extra, but having a private ensuite sauna is amazing. I went to school with a guy who ran a B&B. Well, he didn't run it, his parents did. And they had a sauna in there. We use it on like days where they didn't have guests. So, no, I get you. Don't worry. Did I short buy screws for the FMJs? I think I did. Whoops. I should have more screws than what I do have currently. Hey, Lars. Good man. We're way more active on the Discord than we are anywhere else. I know a lot of people don't want to use Discord because they have issues with the licensing that's on it. And that's all right. I'm not forcing anyone to use it, but it is where we are most active most of the time. Am I missing? I'm missing a lot of screws. I know where they are. I know where they are. At least I think I know where they are. 1 second. 1 second. You guys don't know what this is. Let me put my light back on. yeah, you guys won't know what this is, will you? So I was using this to test whether or not adding epoxy granite to the extrusions made a big difference to stiffness. I'm not going to lie to you guys, it did, but it was marginal. If you're looking for marginal gains, it was a bit more than marginal, but if you're looking for gains like that, then my suggestion is to do it, but be prepared for a hell of a lot of cleanup. I thought these were. Yes, it is a pain in the ass. I was cleaning epoxy and sand off my desk for weeks. And you really don't want that stuff anywhere near rail. So the little ballast box is fine because that's just a direct pour. It's really easy to get right and not have sand go everywhere. For the rails though, it's really hard to not have sand go everywhere. The ballast box. Yes, the ballast box. If you're going to ask if the ballast box is useful to have, yes. The ballast box actually makes a huge difference if you are running non-FMJs, if you're just running printed parts. The heavier you can get the ballast box as well, the better. And don't short step the ballast box. Seriously. Like, I know a lot of people just want to put sand in it. But that's, as sand, it's not going to do as much as if it's epoxy granite. It needs to be something that doesn't move when shaken. And the more, if you have sand in close proximity to your rails, you will destroy them. Take your time with it. Use some epoxy granite or epoxy sand. The terms are fairly interchangeable at this stage. I'd actually say for the ballast box, get some aquarium gravel, because that's a cheap alternative of just getting some gravel that's small enough to fit in there, and use that instead. epoxy lead shot. I won't work with lead, but not going to stop anyone from doing that. Makes sense. I don't know what the dampening characteristics of lead are, though. So it might be worth having a look into that. This little test jig was also my first foray into blind joints. First time I ever did a blind joint. Well, ever drilled my own blind joint, that is. I'd obviously used blind joints in my Voron. I'm back, but I'm too tired. Have a good one. Night, dude. Get some rest. We all know you need it. These M3 by 10s. These are M3 by 10s. No, these are M3 by 12. Where did my other M3 by 10s go then? I have some black oxide ones that I could use, I suppose. And it doesn't match with everything else. I guess sacrifices will have to be made. Could have sworn I had enough. And just for symmetry's sake, I'm going to do the same with the other side. Oh, this is heavy. Okay, now that there's a rough installation of the FMJs on the column, go back to the manual and need some printed parts. Well, a printed part. We need 4 M5 by 12 thingies, and we need some bearings. That one looks like it's been beaten up. Should have some nicer ones in here. Perfect, much nicer. Right, forgot to drill through the sacrificial layers. We'll do that now as well. Get the Ugga Dugga machine out. Perfect. You can remove those by hand, by the way. I just chose to do it like that because it's a bit faster. You don't need to have a drill. I'm going to hold off Loctiting everything until everything's in place. That way I fight against the Loctite to get everything aligned properly. Do the ballast box at the end. We can do rails now. Yeah, let's do some rails now. Jeepers! We've gone up by a not insignificant amount of subscribers. Not for me, at least. Speak of the devil. 1066. Welcome, dude. Should fit. Right, we are. How long have we been streaming for? Streaming for an hour and 13. Not going to stream for as long as I normally do. Normally stream for about 3 hours. Just because I don't have any food in, so I need to order something. I'd rather not repeat what I did the other stream and had to eat on camera. That was distracting enough. I've said it before, I'll say it again. One of the nicest benefits of spring tea nuts in open builds extrusions is that you can actually take them out mid-span. You don't have to slide them in from the side to get them out. Side screws to the rails, dude. Entry by 10. Which one are my M3 by 10? 3 by 5. M3 by 10. Surprised Tin's not watching today. He's normally at every stream. Right. Ooh, it's the start of a new weekend. Anyone got any plans? Obviously, I know that Phil is on holiday at the moment, enjoying his sauna for like the 7th time today. Time number 3. Other room, please. What is everyone else doing? I need to make some FMJ specific rail alignment guides as a mod for a mod. I'm trying for a bike tour tomorrow. Bike tour as in motorcycle or as in push bike? Bicycle. Nice. Guessing it's much nicer weather in Germany at the moment than it is here. Been blowing a gust for the last 4 days straight. Which is nice when you're sat indoors and doing nothing. But I'm an outdoor instructor. And I stand at the top of a very big tower in all the wind and all the rain all day long. So, done all the bit of the Z axis that required access from below. So I think what I'm going to do, you're doing some kind of climbing instructor, right? Yes, I am a climbing instructor, but I'm also a high ropes instructor. So, but I work at a holiday park, so it's not exactly the most glamorous job in the world. So we have a big zip line at the end of the course, and 2 people will stay up there for like 2 hours at a time, up to like 4 hours if management feels like not being nice to us for the day. Yeah, we just send people down that, make sure that people get around nice and safe. But on windy days, because we're above the tree line, we're 8 stories up, it gets cold up there and wet. $50K tours, Jesus Christ. I remember back in the day when I used to be fit. I don't know if I've ever told any of the Millenium guys. So I used to be. So I went to high school in South Africa. Right? I was in boarding school there. I used to be ex-national rower, or national schools rower. I wasn't in the over 18 side. And I once was fit. Once was being the operative words there. Right, how am I going to do this? There, we can go in a second. Standing it up somehow seems like the best option right now. Okay, I can do the alignment afterwards. Or, actually, yeah, let's do that instead. Pull the FMJs all the way up, extrusion, so they're not going over the sides. And then I can pull them down later. The thing with FMJs, they're a mod, they don't come with any instructions. Because they're a mod. You kind of have to wing it. And get the carriage out the way. Get the Ugaduga gun out. I do need more space to build on. Unfortunately, I live in the UK, where space is at an extreme premium. Like, this is the biggest workspace I've ever had. And it's tiny compared to people pretty much all around the world. Especially in the US. I don't think people in the US are going to realize how lucky they are in terms of size of properties. Like, living in the UK, a house is considered something like you're doing well if you can live in a house. Let's do one extrusion first, and then the next extrusion after that. Probably less. This is good practice as well, because as a team we've been thinking of adding line joints to the main Milo build to make it a lot easier. So testing out different techniques of getting it done. Probably very useful. You know what, that's not working, so what I'll do, I'll pull the extrusion out the FMJs, Redo those bits once they're standard. Do one at a time. Gotta be an easier way of doing this. Has to be. I'm just not thinking of it right now. Right. That's one side threaded. Nope, not even one side threaded. Makers in the US usually convert the double garage into workshop. Yes. The UK doesn't really have that. So most people in the UK will park on the street outside their house. It's very rare to have a garage. It's extremely rare to have a garage. You know what? I wonder if it's going to be easier to just do two. So this is a bit of the stream that becomes very experimental, because this bit here actually hasn't been done yet on any Milos, not that I'm aware of at least. So we're just trying to figure out the best way to go around it. As we go, which is always fun to do live on stream. I don't know what it's like in Germany. I can imagine, because it's another European country, it's fairly similar. Right, so instead of having two per extrusion, I'm going to try only one per extrusion. See if that's any better. I'm also going to try some longer screws if I've got full matching. One, three, four. I'm going to try those. Those should be easier to actually hook into the extrusions. Ah, it makes a lot more sense now. That's the bodge side. Yeah, I bodged a bunch of these threads. I took Amazon on their word without actually reading the label on it, and bought a tap that was meant to be M5, but they sent me an M6 one instead. So yeah, one side of these extrusions is bodged. So I didn't bother to read what it said on the actual packaging. I've just realized I could have made this a whole lot easier on myself. Right. Go back to smaller screws. Insert the screws first. Do this with all 4. Then we could just slide them in. So much easier. That was so much easier. I could have done that from the start. I live in a smaller city, so rent prices aren't that crazy yet. But even here, you'll pay about 12 euros per square meter per month. Yeah. It's not fun when you're renting, is it? It's also just screwing people over. So there's a lot of people who, if you watch any LTT, you watch the WAN show, Linus and Luke on there were talking about the concept of a land bank. So basically, people will buy property and rent it out, and they might even do it at a loss for a long time. But because they don't trust having that money in a bank where it can go stale, the bank could go bust, which is happening more and more often nowadays, what they do is they buy up land, because land is always going to be a commodity. Right? Because they don't make any more of it. Gold, you can find more of it. And there's a few people like De Beers, I think it's De Beers, who control the majority of the gold trade in the world. Same with diamonds. There's land anyone can grab if they have enough money to do so. So a lot of the time you have this property that's in the wild, either not being used or not being used to its full potential just because the owners want to use it as a land bank. Problem is basically everyone is holding onto their land now. The price is only going to go up. Yeah, it is only going to go up. It's the safest investment you can make at the moment is having land. This is the first time I've seen tall Milo before. Only ever had the standard build in the past. Seeing this high, this tall of a Z-axis is weird. These can go back on its side. And I can put these back in. I'll leave that for next stream because we're running out of time. We'll run out of time otherwise. Makes no sense now. Oh, these are the top ones. We can take these out, redo them in a second. Milo looks like a project sometime this year. Good man. Yeah, it's a fun project. I think it's, for a lot of people, it seems to be, so you know how like a printer becomes the project, right? Instead of it being the thing that you use to make other projects a lot of the time. I feel like Milo is one of the only machines where it is genuinely the thing that you use to make other projects with. So many people have started using it that way. Yeah, that's not moving anywhere. Might need a little bit of gentle persuasion on this next bit. My mallet on. Ooh, never mind. Don't tighten these bits up yet. I still need to do this bottom side. Here. Not going in the right angle, am I? It's better. Awesome. Right, let's get a rough shape going now, and then I can do all the adjustments off camera, the actual fine adjustments. right. Okay. Most of that pain is over now. I don't need to worry about it. So, looks like Z column is all done, except for the last row. I'll fix that off camera. That was just me trying to figure out how it was all gonna work. Yeah, I've never put FMJs on before, so that was a bit of a learning experience. Next session, I'm actually gonna go back to the x-axis, slide the table on, finish that, because I can get a lot of progress done that really quickly, because the rest of the z-axis is just little finicky bits. It's very finicky to get right. Off stream, I'll put the last of the back bolts on. Can't see them right now because I've put them up. But yeah, weight-wise, I'd say this is close to as heavy as my shorter old Milo used to be. Right? And there's still a lot more parts to go on. So yeah, to everyone who joined the stream tonight, thank you for coming. Thank you to Vector. That was really kind of you to put the word out about me. I think we got like 10 extra subscribers today. Really cool. Next time. Oh, I already said what we'll do next time. Yeah, thank you all for coming. Hope you guys have a fantastic night. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.